He won. I ain't know it coming. You got me good.
Man, come on, man.
Hey, I'm up there drinking. No excuse.
Hey,
no excuse.
Hey, I'm the champ.
Did he put a gear on us, man?
Hey,
I didn't know it was coming, honest.
I'm the champ. Hey, man, look.
That 2 weeks. That 2 weeks. That 2 weeks in a row.
Hey, man, look here.
Hold on, man.
That's why Pat didn't show up tonight.
Huh?
That's why Pat didn't show up tonight.
Because he lost last week.
Yeah, because he lost last week. He knew I was going to win again. Hey, man,
you know what?
What you do?
You know what? Just like a boxer, Max, and the champ,
Yeah.
I ain't going to fight no more. I've proven myself. I have nothing else to prove.
What happened, man? What all dog?
I was chewing a piece of candy.
Everybody got an excuse, man. Hey, man, everybody got an excuse. Everybody got an excuse.
Man, I thought it was going to be an easy one here tonight.
What? You thought I was going to be easy? Hey, it was fair, too, wasn't it, Chief? It was fair, wasn't it, Chief?
Oh, my God.
Hey,
something happened there, man.
Hey.
That's all right.
And I let it choke out.
I didn't even know what was coming. That's why I was drinking water.
Hey,
I
man.
thought it would be you going at it.
Listen,
ain't no be us again.
Hey, man.
2 weeks in a row.
Man,
I wasn't even ready.
Man,
Yeah.
Cap been doing this a while.
Again?
Can we do it back?
Didn't you see Cap get ready? I saw him get ready.
I didn't know what was coming, honestly.
Man,
But,
Cap
hey,
been doing
you
this
won.
long enough. Man, everybody
You
got
got it.
Man,
You won,
let me
though.
talk to Macon County. Let me talk to Macon County. Hey, Macon County, how you doing tonight? It's a night we'll never see again. I appreciate y'all joining us, and we just glad to be here to bring the sheriff report to you, give you this information, man, and just talk about part 2 of community relations.
Okay.
And thank you, Facebook Live, for joining us again. First, we're going to go through this, and we're going to get to business.
Okay.
100.7 FM WUBZ with DJ Booty Rush and Hear Me TV. Tuskegee Virtual TV, channel 181 in town, channel 19 on campus with Pat Wiles, director, Kimberly Wright, and Jordan. Hey, everybody. We got the crew in tonight. We got Motor City over there. We got Jordan. We got CBT TV over there with Courtney Brunson.
Right.
Who's
CBT.
always here.
In the building.
In the building. Hey, we got the Revealer with us tonight.
Revealer.
And we got Cam Swanson again over here complaining, man. But you know what? It's lonely being on top. So I do understand Cam Swanson. Yeah. And I do understand Booty Rush that you've been beat 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. You got me.
That's right.
Fair
That's
square.
right.
It looked
Fair
like it's fair.
square.
Was it fair?
Tell him, Chief.
Was it fair, Chief?
It's
Chief,
one
Tell him,
person
Chief.
you don't ask.
Tell him, Chief. Hey, Court, was it fair, Court?
Yeah.
Most definitely. Thank you.
You already know.
You already know.
Okay.
Do it.
You
Okay.
already
Don't
know
do
it
it.
was fair and square.
All right.
Okay, we're going to go on with the sheriff report.
Okay.
Between the dates of May the 3rd through the 9th, the Macon County Sheriff Department received 192 volunteer fire transmissions, 1,271 landline calls, 192 E911 calls, and 1,196 radio transmissions for a total of 2,851 contacts.
That's down.
Yeah, that's down.
That's down.
That's really down. We had a total of 10 complaints. On 5-3, we had arrest for child support. On 5-3 on Martin Luther King Highway, we had a theft of property. On 5-3 County Road 87, we had a theft of property first. On 5-6 Old Creek Road, Stand Road, we had a house fire. On 5-6 County Road 22, we had harassment. On 5-6 County Road 56, we had a theft of property. On 5-6 Robinson Farm Road, we had harassment. On 5-8 Heritage Hill Road, we had information report. On 5-8, we had arrest for a worthless check. And on 5-9, we had arrest for a probation violation.
Okay.
So those are all the complaints, man.
Okay.
We had a total of 10 complaints. But I got to say something about the bad crime that happened in the city. Mm-hmm. You know, we had 2 murders, man, and that's just unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Man, we're working on those murders. The city's doing a great job working. ABI's in here working. The sheriff department's working, man. You know, trying to solve these 2 murders, man, which was just horrific, man. I just don't understand why we can take a life like that. And the 2 people, and I hate to say that lost their life, man, they were 2 great young men. Mm-hmm. You know, nobody deserves anything like that.
Right.
You know, and I'm very sad about that, man. You know, these 2 young men had kids. They were part of the community and just great guys.
Right.
All around.
Right.
And nobody deserves that, man. And I'm really hurt about that. I'm hurt about any kind of horrific crime like that. Right. Man, but these are senseless. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? These are very senseless crimes, man. Right. And I know everybody working, doing all they can do to solve these crimes. And if you know anything, please, man, let us know. Please let us know, man. You know, this is, you know, we got to bring closure to the family.
Right.
You know, we got to have justice for these two guys.
Right.
And please, y'all, put the guns down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, gun violence amongst us.
Right.
We killing each other. We talk about what everybody else doing in society and what other people doing to us. What are we doing to ourselves?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the problem.
Absolutely.
What are we doing to ourselves?
That's right.
Heard a lot of negativity behind this. You know, people blaming people blaming each other, people blaming the police for these murders, man. That's crazy. Yeah. You know, I mean, I know the police department doing the best they can do. I know we doing the best we can do. I know SBI, the state, everybody doing the best they can do. You know, this is not just in Tuskegee. This is all over.
Right.
This is all over. In some kind of way, we got to get a handle on gun violence.
That's right. That's right.
You know, whatever we can do, you know, we got to do to prevent this in our society, in our communities. And these murders, you know, we don't see these murders. 9 times out of 10, people not going to commit a murder in front of me, in front of the police chief, in front of somebody.
Right.
They're going to do it, and their thing is secrecy.
Right.
We depend on people to help us.
Absolutely.
You know, somebody had to see something. Somebody got to know something, man.
Right.
And that's what we depend on. And we stay up all night, all day, man. These things worry us to death because this is our job, and we got to solve these. We got to do these things. But to blame these guys, the police department and whoever's, you know, that's just crazy, man.
Right.
They do all they can do, man.
Right.
But unfortunately, we do have some criminals.
Right.
Unfortunately, things do happen.
Right.
And that's what we here for. Yeah, we try to be proactive by having programs. We try to be proactive by talking to people. We try to be proactive by being visible.
Right.
We try to be proactive by having enough people on the streets. We try to be proactive by visiting. We try to be proactive by a whole lot of different things.
Right.
But unfortunately, some things happen.
That's right.
And the point the finger, man, is not doing the job. You need to point the finger and follow your finger to help.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
we
right.
need everybody's help.
That's right.
Everybody need to join together against gun violence. These senseless murders, these senseless shootings. Everybody got to band together.
Right.
And it's not just going to take the police department, the sheriff department, the security guard over here. It's going to take everybody.
Everybody.
It's going to take the parents, the individuals, the preachers, the librarians, the teachers.
Right.
It's going to take everybody
right.
to band together. And anybody that you can reach about gun violence, you try to reach them.
Right.
It's going to come from the parents, the uncles, the aunts, the granddaddies.
Right.
It's going to come from the businessman.
Right.
Whoever these kids look up to, whoever these adults look up to, because these are not all kid crimes.
That's right.
People are committing these crimes.
Absolutely.
And they're doing it all over the world.
Right.
Not just in Tuskegee, Alabama.
Right.
So don't talk bad about our city, Tuskegee, Alabama. When you pick up the news, you see murders everywhere. Don't just talk about Tuskegee.
Right.
Because we are on the rise and we are doing better.
Right.
But there's certain entities in here that we have to do to make this place a better place.
Right.
And we talk about it every day.
Every day.
The economy, the jobs, the education, which is coming good.
Right.
Everybody trying to do their part.
Right.
Everybody trying to do their part.
Right.
But we all got to come together.
Got to.
And I keep saying, unfortunately, we do have some bad people in this community.
Right.
And we got to bring them to justice.
Absolutely.
So everybody got to remember that. Don't point fingers. Try to help.
Right.
Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution.
Absolutely.
And I want you to know everybody working diligently trying to solve these crimes. Not just this crimes, but crimes from past.
Right.
Don't give up on it.
That's right.
We still working.
Still working.
And we with you, and y'all got to be with us too.
Right.
All right. Well, I had to say that. Thank you.
I feel you got to get off your chest, man.
Get off
It's on
your
your
chest,
mind. You got to get off your chest.
Chief, you got anything to say about that?
Good.
While I catch my breath? Thank you,
real
brother.
Good, man. Real good.
Yes, sir.
Well spoken.
Definitely have something to say about that. And it begins with the community relations that you are talking about. All of us are part of solutions to violence, or none of us will ever be successful. The police is one half of the formula. The citizenry, on the other hand, is the other half. And police can do the investigations and the arrests and lead the situations to prosecution. But as you just alluded to, it takes the eyes and the ears in the community to know who's doing what. Now, I've heard several versions, and I haven't been even out there looking for it, on what happens in these shooting situations and the two men who got killed. So the people who's running around talking to each other and spreading little spews of information to one another, all of those little bits of information needs to be coming to the police department, the sheriff's department, State Bureau of Investigation, or whomever is involved in these investigations.
Absolutely.
If you don't trust one agency, then call the other agency. You may only have just a tiny bit of information, and it even may be he said, she said. But if you pump that into law enforcement's gathering of information, then that little bitty puzzle that you have may very well fit right into what law enforcement already have, and then the big picture bloom out as to who did what.
Right.
And not only who did it, but how they did it, why they did it, and etc. Because it's going to take all of the information that the community can give, all the information that law enforcement can gather to pump into a prosecutor's process to make the case solid enough to take somebody and hold them accountable.
Absolutely.
So when the sheriff says, report what you know, that's what you need to do. Now, let me say one other thing. Fear comes into play because you have people around you saying, oh, you know this, but you better not tell this. If you tell that, they may come back and kill you too.
Right.
Well, we can see from the evidence, somebody may come and kill you anyhow, and you're not doing anything but walking down the street or sitting on your porch or sitting in your house and a bullet is coming through the wall.
Right.
So you might as well man up, woman up, get busy, report to law enforcement, join hands with law enforcement, and let's make this community a better community.
There you go.
Amen. Hey, Cap, what you got to say about that?
Well, one thing on that, Sheriff, is that not only saying a prayer for Tuskegee, but if you've been paying attention to the news, they had a second incident, school shooting in Colorado.
They did. Yeah.
Now,
right down the road from Columbine.
Right down the road from Columbine.
Yeah.
Well, let me get back on Tuskegee, though, because what the sheriff and what Chief has said is so true. But the thing that we have to get where we got the control and get everybody back on board. See, when I grew up around here, I don't care what you did. Somebody reported.
Oh,
You
yeah.
couldn't even sneeze loud unless
You're absolutely right.
they wondered
Somebody
if you had a
told it.
cold.
You're right. You're right.
Somebody
Now,
told it.
the
right.
thing is what's going on now is a syndrome, what they call is see and do nothing.
See and do nothing.
People see things, but they ain't gonna do nothing about it.
That's right.
They don't care what it is. They see who throwing paper, trash down, just like that. They know what's going on. They didn't know who probably did this incident,
Right.
but they're blaming the police. They're blaming law enforcement on something like that.
Right.
The see and do nothing syndrome need to stop.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to see and do something.
That's right.
Right.
Do something about it because we're living here.
That's right.
We live here.
right.
We
We
actually
live
live
here.
here. If you
We
live
live
here, you can't say you want to get up and move. Because no, you live here.
Live here.
Do something about it.
Right.
What Chief has said, the retaliation part of it, if you don't, you still might get killed anyway.
That's right.
Why don't you do something positive and report? And I'm saying that definitely for this murder, 'cause it need to be solved.
Right.
But other things, you might be riding behind somebody and throw a whole bag of trash out beside the road, bottles out beside the road, or whatever to do to harm this community
Right.
instead of helping it, because trash is harming it as well.
That's right.
But back what the sheriff was saying, we got to see and do something.
Right.
That's just
We got
point
to.
blank.
Point blank.
Sad, man.
You know, and I hate the bad term that people use is snitch. You are not snitching.
Right.
That's a bad term to use. You know, I like what Cap said, to see and do nothing. You know, those are the bad people who see and don't do anything to help their community
Right.
and to help these families who are hurting and are in need.
Right.
You know, of course, everything that we find out is confidential.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We know how to be professional with what's going on.
Absolutely.
But we got to help each other.
Got to.
Until we band together and put our feet down or our foot down, then this will continue to happen.
That's right.
And you don't have nobody to blame but yourself.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not everybody, because we getting information. People are coming forward because people are tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of it. Everybody tired of it. And it's my job. And it's my job to be tired of it. And we are working our butt off trying to solve these things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not fair to the police department, not fair to the sheriff department, not fair to the university, not fair to the community, not fair to the family that's trying to raise, you know, their kids right, their grandkids right. It's just not fair.
Right.
Tuskegee is a beautiful place.
Beautiful, man.
Tuskegee is on the rise. Got a lot of good things happening. And it's up to us to keep it on the rise.
Right.
And we have to do what we need to do to protect our kids and protect this community. And sitting down and sitting on your hands is not the answer.
That's right. That's
Definitely
right.
not the answer.
That's right. That's right.
You know, especially you young men, we got to stand up. Young men, if you the ones committing the crime, stop committing the crime.
Right.
Know that you're hurting your community and the people here. Men that are not committing the crime, that are just sitting around and watching the crimes, you hurting us.
That's right. Killing
You know
us,
what I'm
man.
saying? You're not doing anything for this community. You're not doing anything. You're hurting them. How do your parents feel? How do your grandparents feel about that? You know, we trying to raise our young men and our young women to be respectable, to go to school, do what they need to do, and live a great life.
Right.
You know, that's what was meant to be. That's the way it was meant to be. It wasn't meant to grab a gun, go out showing off with a gun, shooting, robbing, and killing.
Right.
Man, that's not natural.
Right.
And we got to put a stop to it.
Right.
So I want to commend everybody, all the law enforcement guys and all the people that are standing up, that came out to help, that's lending a hand, that's calling in with information, and just saying, hey, we tired of this.
Right.
I want you on my team.
Right.
I want you on my team.
Right. Right.
Please come out. Please call us. Please let us know any little thing. And let's just stand up, man.
Got to.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
You know, we see it all over the world. We see it in the surrounding cities and counties. But we're in Macon County, Tuskegee, Alabama. Come on, y'all. Come on. This is not the Wild Wild West.
Right.
And we don't want it to be the Wild Wild West. Let's band together.
Got to band
Put a
together.
stop to all of this.
Stop the killing, fellas. Stop the killing, man.
I want to talk to parents for just a second, because I raised 6 children. And raising children is a very serious and critical business. And I raised all of my children with tough love. It wasn't about condoning bad behavior, trying to defend them when a teacher reported something on them. It was about me realizing that I could not do it alone. And it took everybody, the teachers, the police officers, the counselors, and everybody to help to pull my children through. And my boys, gangsterism is a part of all of us. All of us sitting at this desk right now have been out there in that world. And we have blundered through. And we have experienced things that could have very well gotten us put in the penitentiary or killed, just like our children are experiencing now. But luckily, we came through a different time period where you get in a fight, you get out there, you tear your blue jeans up, you knock each other upside the head, and you go home woofing, and you get chastised by the people at home for getting your clothes torn up, and if you got your butt whipped, for getting that too.
Right.
But now, see, things are different now. You got the guns readily available. You got the music that's talking about kill the nigger. You got movies, whereas black people are beating down black people and calling them nigger every time he strike them upside the head. So that's nothing that is being socialized in a decent way or a cool way. That's hatred. And when you hate somebody seriously enough to beat them down, to label them niggers, and to pick up a gun and go and shoot them, well, then there is something seriously wrong with your mind. Now, how do we get to that point? Now, I'm looking at mothers right now and fathers right now who's not raising their children the way that I know that they ought to be raised. I watch young adults right now tell their little 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12-year-old children to stop doing something. And they may as well be talking to this bag of chips because those children ignore them just like they didn't say anything.
Right.
And if you have children, you've got to implement some tough love processes, and you've got to make sure that you instill some respect and some decency and some discipline into those children.
Absolutely.
Whereas the police, the judges, correction officers, and other people in authority won't have to do it for you.
Right.
Now, stop condoning bad behavior. Stop ignoring your responsibility as parents and get busy raising your children to have some love, trust, and respect, first for themselves and then for everybody else.
Wow. These days, man, kids really don't fear nothing. They're in a stage now where everybody just hate everybody. It's too much hatred out there.
Yeah.
And when I was coming up, we feared a lot of things.
Yeah.
We feared our parents. And if you had big brothers, you feared them. You feared your uncles, your neighbors. Because when you get caught out of line, when you get caught doing what you're doing, you're going to get in trouble from everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody that find out about it going to get you. You know what I'm saying? So you had everybody against you. So evidently you need to just walk right and do right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you just so happen to get by there and they find out that you did it, they're going to say, well, we're going to send you down the road. See, down the road with Mount Meigs. You know what I mean? Everybody feared Mount Meigs.
Right,
My
right.
age. In my age group, we feared Mount Meigs.
Right.
When they say we're going down the road, you get right. You know, the whooping didn't stop you. You know, look, pop don't stop. But when they say you're going down the road, they're going to send you to Mount Meigs.
Right.
Nobody wanted to go.
No, nobody.
Mount
wanted to go.
Meigs was the thing back then. Roebuck, Roebuck, that's another juvenile facility that they used to threaten you with that. You get right. Even if you get put out of school, you know, especially for doing something real art that you ain't got no business doing, seen down the road, seen the Roebuck. Nobody wanted to go there at all. Nobody. So that was one of the things that we really feared, you know, coming up, you know, butt whooping and all that stuff. You gonna get that anyway. You know what I mean? But that extra going down the road and all that, oh, you didn't want that. That's for the toughest of the toughest. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, you know, that's what it was. You know, kids don't fear nothing,
Right,
man. Only
right.
thing they fear now is guns. You know what I mean? And some of them don't even fear
Some
those.
of them don't fear that.
Some don't even fear that. So it's nothing to scare them with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you say, hey, man, you better be quiet. And, you know what I mean? What you going to do now?
Well,
You know, that's how they are.
You know, this problem didn't just start today.
Yeah.
This is and it's not going to be fixed today.
That's right.
But we all got to join in and try to fix the problem.
Right.
You know, society had a lot to do with this.
A whole lot.
You know what I'm saying? And I can go back to instances I know, you know, getting your butt whooped in school, and it comes back to fear. I was scared to get in trouble.
That's right.
Because I knew I was going to get it in school. I knew I was going to get it when I got home. And a few times when I got home.
Absolutely.
You know, people talk about prayer, God. You know, you take prayer out of school. You take it from different places. You know, things that kids and parents respect back in the day.
Right.
Things that people feared back in the day. We have none of that now.
None of that, man.
You know, and like I said, it didn't happen overnight. And it's not going to be fixed overnight. But this is a problem that we all got to fix together. You know, everybody, oh, well, the police ain't done nothing about this. The police trying to do something about this.
Right.
You know, these things, some of these things, we have to do an investigation.
Right.
You know, we might hear a lot of stuff, but we got to prove it. People call in and say, well, we told y'all what happened.
Right.
Okay, but we still got to prove it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a clear-cut case. And you got to understand when you go to court, if you don't have everything in order, whoever committed the crime might get off.
Right.
If everything is not in order.
Absolutely.
So we're not dummies. We can hear a lot, but with what you said, I can't just take what you said and go to court with it.
That's right.
I can't take what you said and go to court with it. We got to have all the proof.
That's right.
And everything has to be in order.
That's right.
And sometimes that takes time.
Right.
But we're working on it.
Right.
I see a comment where they ought to do something about it. Well, hell, we're trying to do something about it.
That's right.
We're trying to investigate. We're trying to make sure we got everything right.
Right.
We trying, and we are doing what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
And we got to have everything in order.
Got to. I want to piggyback off on what I had said earlier. When you're talking about people, not just the youth, but just people. Say, for instance, you go to a gathering or maybe a football. We'll just say a football game. And you got an announcer there. He talking, he doing the pledges to the flag and all that. But then they said, bow your heads. Okay, you have people talking through the prayer.
Yeah.
You know, it's very, you know what I mean? It's very disturbing. But you can go, not just at the football game, but just everywhere you go. You know what I mean? They said, bow your heads. And you heard them say, bow your head. They sitting there talking, knowing that this person getting ready to say prayer. You know what I mean? Bow your heads. Take your hat off and bow your heads. And if your person didn't hear you next to you, you touch them like this. That's what we used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
Man, bow your head, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like it was a fine or you was gonna go to jail. That's how that's how serious it was though.
Yeah.
They don't take that serious no more, man.
Yeah.
They don't take it serious, man. And it's sad.
It's sad.
When they get to that point right there where they won't even bow their heads, you know what I mean, over prayer, it's sad.
Right.
Even said the grace for food, they won't do it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
It's sad, bro.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yep.
You got a piece of paper, Booty? Get out a piece of paper for me. Just 1 second. I can give you a piece if you don't have it. I think the sheriff got a piece. I'm gonna give it. No, I want you to. You got a pad?
Yeah, bad.
Okay. Write down something for me. All of us who got some paper, it won't take but a second to make a point. S. Write down S.
S.
A.
A.
G.
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 I. N. What that spell?
Sad.
Right.
Right.
Sagging, right?
Right.
Now, that was introduced some while back, you know, the kids wear their pants down, and something you thought probably was a fad is now just fashion. I mean, ridiculous. Now, same word you just wrote down, right? Read it backwards.
Niggas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, my point to this is this. Now, I've heard and I've witnessed Caucasians walk up and say, "What's up? Boy, you sagging." Oh, black guys say, oh yeah, you know, thinking they cool. What are they really saying?
That's right.
What are they really saying?
Yeah.
Culture is so, I mean, they have gotten it now with this word,
Uh-huh.
they're being used totally different.
Right.
It's a way
Right.
to disguise instead of saying, of course, they don't say nigger.
Right.
Now they're saying sagging, and it's like, it's backwards. You really saying the same thing.
Right.
What's up, nigga?
Yeah.
What's up, niggas?
Yeah.
This is how I perceive it.
Right.
But we're looking at something that has become a fashion statement.
Right.
Because what was, quote unquote, started in the prison system to let you know you're available, all this other stuff.
Right.
Now hip hop media has turned it into a fashion statement.
That's right.
And now, but look at what the word is really saying.
Right. Wow.
You're taking this word
Wow,
and
that's
now you're
something serious.
using it.
Using
Isn't that
it.
serious?
Yeah, that's it. Hey, but I thought the instigator wasn't here tonight.
What else get it?
Right there.
We got it.
I'm gonna
start it up.
You done started him up. Yeah, huh?
Let me correct Swanson. He said kids.
Adults.
Adults
Well,
do it
yeah,
too.
yeah,
You're
well,
right. You're right.
You know,
Definitely.
not only that, it is a fashion statement for all ages.
All
Because
ages.
you're correct, First Lady, because I've
correct.
seen in the
Always
40s and 50s
Right.
of people who still having
Still
it underneath
saying and doing
and
that.
still doing it.
Right.
What is that teaching our society with a word like this? That's now that if you really look at it, it's so derogatory.
Yeah,
Right.
it is.
It is
It
so
is.
derogatory.
It is.
And maybe people not even looking at it backwards.
Absolutely. You're right.
You know,
What-
they're just saying, they say, yeah, look
What-
at the word, though.
the word.
Well, you know, point being made, cleaning up the sagging, cleaning up every little thing helps. For each individual that one of us can reach, we have made this a better place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This problem is not going to be fixed overnight, but it's going to take everybody to get to somebody to try to fix the problem that we have.
Right.
And like I said, this is a problem that's all over
All
right
over,
now.
man.
It's not just in Tuskegee. It's not that Tuskegee people are bad people, because we not. We got some great, smart, beautiful people in Tuskegee that
doubt.
want to live right, do the right thing, and prosper.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We headed up here.
Right.
But along the way, we caught a snag. And these snags we got to fix.
Got to fix them.
And it's going to take everybody to fix them together.
Absolutely.
Just because you don't like Booty Rush or Sheriff Bronson or the Chief or Swanson here, okay, that's okay with me.
That's right.
But still, let's come together to help society.
That's right.
To come together to help the community.
That's right.
It's okay that you don't like me. It's really okay.
It's bigger than us.
It's bigger than us.
It's a bigger picture.
It's okay that you don't like Chief here.
Right.
It's okay. I like Chief.
Right.
So we working together.
That's right.
But the person that I don't like, okay, but he can bring something to the table to help this community.
That's right.
If I don't like Booty Rush, I ain't going down playing and talking about Booty Rush to get him to lose his DJ spot.
Right.
I want DJ Booty Rush to come help because he brings something to the table for this community.
Absolutely.
To get us out of this hole we in.
Right.
Once we get out of this hole, we can stand up top and we can fight amongst each other.
That's right.
But until we get out of this hole, let's band together.
Yeah. You're right.
It's not about you.
Right.
It's not about you. It's not about you.
It's about all us.
It's about all of us. It's
about all
about
of
this community.
Whole community.
It's about the whole community.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I keep saying not like Sheriff Bronson, but Sheriff Brunson's a good guy.
Yeah.
And
Booty Rush-
most people,
Booty Rush a good guy.
Booty Rush a good guy.
Booty Rush a good guy.
And most people that we see respect me and you
Right.
and Booty Rush and all of us, and they respect the job we're doing.
Right.
Sheriff Brunson love the community.
That's right.
And when Sheriff Brunson hears something negative about Sheriff Brunson, I'm gonna keep going high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let them stay low.
That's right.
That's petty.
That's petty. Right.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. We ain't even worried about
Keep it
that.
moving.
Because
Keep
I
it
very
moving.
seldom say something about me and my feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got thick skin.
Right.
Very seldom, and I got really thick skin, so I know.
Right.
It's not Sheriff Bronson, it's the position.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's the position.
Right.
Usually it is, but then I'm smart enough to know. Some people just don't like some people.
That's right.
And that's okay.
For no reason.
For no reason, but that's okay.
That's right.
We beyond that.
We beyond that.
We past that.
Past that.
And until we can get past that, it's going to be just like this.
That's right. That's right.
Okay? It's time for the drop, baby.
Time for the drop. Hey, we'll be right back, you guys, man. After this message, man, we got a lot of stuff we need to talk about and to cover. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, Tuskegee, make sure you watch the Macon County Sheriff's Report with Sheriff Andre Brunson every day at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Tuskegee Virtual TV, Channel 181 in town, and Channel 19 on the TU campus, hosted by DJ Booty Rush. Be sure to check out our live stream every Thursday evening on YouTube at Tuskegee Virtual. We're keeping Tuskegee in the know.
And you know this. And you know
Man.
this. And you
All right, we're back. We're back with the Sheriff Report, man. Oh, man.
Hey, we back. We're going to go down and read something here on Facebook Live. We're going to start with Betty Richardson Johnson. Hey, Betty, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Anita Joy, how you doing? Thanks for watching. My brother Mike Provo is watching. Hey, brother, how you
Provo.
doing? Tell the wife we said hello. And appreciate the job you've been doing, Provo, always. Provo says, what's up, family?
What's up,
Going
Provo?
on?
Ella Coward, hey, guys, how's it going? Sheriff, this is a rough week. Mom was in the hospital and in Montgomery every day, and we know. We gave her a shout-out, and
Mother of the ship.
we're going to keep on praying for her. We're going to keep praying for you, and I hadn't forgot about our thing, and we'll get together as soon as we can. Steen Piner, how you doing, Steen? Thanks for watching. Know it's been a tough week for you. We're going to continue to pray for you.
Right.
And we're going to talk about some things. Patrick Wallace, hey, Pat, I know you tied up, but thanks for joining us.
Instigator.
And, man, this guy over here trying to be instigator too, Pat. So you remember that you can't miss too much, man. Rita Kennebrew, hey, Rita, how you doing? She says, hey, Sheriff Brunson, how's everyone? The Carver Fest and the parade was awesome. I really enjoyed watching. And she said she watched the whole event, and I think she's in Cleveland.
Okay.
And we appreciate that, and appreciate your son, Kennebrew, Carl Kennebrew here. And we definitely appreciate you watching and spreading the word up there for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Cassandra Hamilton is watching. Hey, Cassandra, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Candace Spicer says, hey, y'all, we put in a grassroots effort to clean up a park for our youth. We got to get our citizens active. And I know that's right, and we need to do that, and whatever we can do to help, let us know.
Okay.
Shaquille Rashawn Smith say my auntie was killed in Tuskegee July 22nd, 2007, and still nothing has been done about it. Cold case. I'm gonna look back into that. I don't know your auntie's name. I don't remember. Well, definitely that's been a long time ago. But I'll look into that for you.
Okay.
And if you would, just send me her name and tell me a little bit about it, and I'll definitely get it to the police department, and we'll try to pull that up and see what's going on with that. I hate the cold cases. Sometimes they do go cold, but sometimes after a while, we get more evidence, different evidence. And like I said, don't think that we would forget about it or anything. That was before my time as the sheriff, but, I'm sure we'll do something about that, okay? Just let us know. And sorry about that. Ella Kyle says, I think people know stuff and to mean or don't care to report it. And, that's true.
Right.
And the word is don't care to report it.
Mm-hmm.
But just think the same thing can happen to you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about the whole community, the whole county as my family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anything, I'm old softy when it comes to people getting hurt and,
Right.
And just caring about people. I'm old softy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I hate to see people hurt. I hate to see people crying. I hate to see all of that.
Right.
I'm all about life and happiness.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess I'm in this position for a reason, but I don't know what to say about that,
Right.
man, sometimes. I get choked up about that.
You got to, though, man.
Yeah,
But you're a
man.
human being, you know?
Yeah.
You're
But
human.
Mike Johnson says, Coach Bronson and Chief Swanson, how you doing, Mike? Patrick Watson says, Swanson is right, respect the community. Booty Rush is watching, Booty Rush is talking. Steen Pounder says, my son not even a year ago and then his father, and you're right, and you have had some tough times.
Right.
And we definitely here for you. Definitely want to make sure we solve these cases. We pray for you all the time. Miss Pounder want you on the show sometime so we can talk about these
Right.
things. But keep your head up, keep praying, and know that we're working hard to try to solve these things. And I know you know that, and we appreciate you.
Rest in peace, Chuck and Jamie.
And Jamie, yes. Derek Jerome Willis says they need to do something about it. Okay? So we're trying to do something about it. People working hard. This ain't nothing that happens and we just lay down and take lightly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely not. And just want to tell you that. Travell Carter, hey, nephew, how you doing? Thanks for watching us. James Cooper's watching. Hey, Coop, how you doing? And I should say, Judge, how you doing, Judge? April Stevens said parents used to whoop the kids. She said the word. And, they used to whoop them till all of a sudden this child abuse law came out. So now, who whooping the kids, the streets, and the judge if they don't get killed?
That's right.
And you definitely
Right about
said that. That's a mouthful said.
And when you think about it, when has a switch ever killed a kid?
Nah. It didn't tell me I got many of them.
Back in the day.
I got
Yeah,
I
hit
never
with a
killed a-
fan belt.
Yeah, fan belt never killed a kid.
belt. What I tell people when people talk about child abuse, it's a way to whoop your kids.
Yeah.
Long as you're not abusing your
Right.
kids, you're not
Right.
punching them in the face, you're
Right.
not leaving marks on
Right.
them. Because I discipline my kids.
Right.
But it's the way you do
That's
it.
the way you do it.
You know what I'm saying? And discipline should be in the home.
That's right.
I can't see my kids telling me what I'm gonna do, and I'm feeding them every day and clothing them and paying this high electric bill for them every month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they telling me, and they gonna run me out my house.
Right.
It ain't happening.
It ain't happening.
It ain't happening.
That's right.
And that's the way we have to feel. But like I say, parents, the law is the law, but it's a way that you discipline your kids.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I spank my kids now, but I don't abuse my kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know daddy don't play.
That's right.
And they know they going to have to whoop dad if they think they going to do what they want to do
Right.
and not do it the way daddy said do it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth.
That's the truth.
Love my kids,
Right.
respect my kids, and they respect me too.
Absolutely.
And there's only one way to do it.
Yeah. That's right.
And that's what we have to remember. Don't call me out to the house saying, hey, my mom abused me. Okay, what did she do? Well, she gave me a couple licks on my butt. To me, that's not abuse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. Discipline your child.
And
Now, don't take what I said to go and beat your child down.
No,
No, the
don't do
sheriff
that.
said,
Yeah.
but no,
yeah.
it's a way to discipline your kids.
It used to be back in the day where parents, kids was scared of their parents. You didn't
Yeah.
have to, a lot of times you didn't really have to whoop your child.
Right. All you had to do is say.
Look at them.
Give 'em a look.
You give them that look, that stare look. They just bow their head
Yeah,
like a
they
hound
will.
dog and go on in their room.
And they go on and do what they doing.
You know what I'm talking about? That look just whoop you by yourself.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I'm talking
does.
about?
It does. Okay, so Pat Wallace says Mount Meg was a terror, and that was true. Doris McGowan is watching. Hey, Doris, how you doing? April says favoritism. And I don't know about favoritism, but I try to treat everybody the same.
Right.
And I know and I hope everybody else do.
Yeah.
You try to treat everybody right. I say that.
Right.
You try
That's
to treat
what you
everybody
about
right.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to do it. And kind of hit me back and explain what you mean by favoritism, so I can speak a little bit more on that, April. Okay.
I'm glad you said fair because some people can borrow 5, some people can borrow 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you still treat them fair. You can
Yeah.
borrow $5. Some can't get that 100.
Somebody can get that right. So we got Sabrina Turkish watching. Hey, Sabrina, how you doing? I know your brother's birthday was the other day. I told him happy birthday. I know he had a great time. Fi Brown is watching. Hey, Fi Brown, how you doing? April Stevens said that's because not everyone has the same religion.
Right.
Okay, and that could be a difference.
Yeah, it could be a difference.
Could be a difference. That's something we have to speak on. Maurice Carr is watching. How you doing, Mario Carr? Ella says, I don't think people care about what you all are doing every day. They don't respect self-parents and nobody else.
Right.
That's true. They don't respect self. They don't respect parents. And some people don't.
That's right.
And that's what I'm saying. We do have some people in the community like that.
That's right.
And we can try to rehabilitate those people. And some people might not want to be rehabilitated.
Right. Right.
And we have to deal with that too.
Absolutely.
Because that's part of society.
That's right.
And to make up society, we got all kinds of people.
That's right.
And we have to deal with all kinds of people.
Absolutely.
So that's a problem. If everybody fell in line because we did a program, or because we got police officers, or because we tell them what to do and we tell them what's right and wrong, everybody not gonna listen to that.
No, they're not.
Blaming people is like blaming the doctor when you get sick.
That's
the
right.
doctor can tell you what to do, but it's up to you to follow.
That's right.
And even though you follow that plan, sometimes things happen beyond your control, his control, and anybody's control. Ain't but one person can control that.
That's right. The man upstairs.
The man upstairs.
Man upstairs.
So things happen beyond our control. Even though we put all the programs together, we can be proactive as we want to be. It's just like the doctor telling you what to do and you following his plan.
That's right.
Sometimes things still happen
Still happen.
beyond our control.
That's right. You're right.
Okay, Kimberly Levitt Vaughn is watching. Hey, Kimberly, how you doing? Steen says, all I'm asking, I don't give up on our kids' crime. I know y'all doing y'all job, very good jobs, and I appreciate it all, but we got to get these criminals off the streets. I wish they can bring the electric chair back and kids, grown folks, and all they need to suffer like we do. Hey, listen, I feel you. I hear you, darling.
Big Bertha.
I
What
really
they call
do.
it, Big Bertha?
And you are definitely telling the truth.
Right.
And don't think that we don't sympathize with you.
Right.
And we really, really do, and I do. You know what I'm saying? I feel your pain.
Right.
And I'm doing my best to try to bring these people to justice. That is just not fair.
Right.
It's not fair.
Right.
It's just not fair. And we're going to keep praying for you, Steen. We're going to keep praying for you and your family and everybody else that has lost loved ones.
Whole community.
The whole community.
Whole community.
Saban LaFay is watching. How you doing, Saban? Doing great, I'm sure. Angela Hamlin says the sound gone. Okay, she says the sound gone. I hope the sound ain't gone. Teresa Smith says, good people, how you doing? LeVay Span says, true that, thank you. Angie says, I know about people not liking people. I remember my character being attacked by someone sitting on the platform with you tonight, but God delivered me from being mad. I have forgiven him. I don't know who you talking about, but you know you said, and I'm sure.
Who said it?
Angela Hamilton.
Oh.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I'm sure we got some good people up here. But sometimes things do happen, Angie. And sometimes people talk, people say things that they don't mean. I hope that's the case. But always respect you, and you always keep speaking your mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And do your part like you have been trying to do to prevent this violence.
Right.
And let's continue to do that.
Absolutely.
Okay? Don't let nobody hold you back. Whatever you doing, you know, the programs you having, I'm sure that helps.
Right.
You know, and I know you lost your loved one to gun violence. I know you have a mission. Continue on your mission.
Absolutely.
Continue on your mission. Betty Richards say, hey, everyone, stay safe and thank you. Shakita Dawn is watching. Ms. Smith says her name is Crystal LaShawn Cobb. McIntyre ABI took the case up during that time. It was before you became sheriff. I think you're doing a great job in the town, and you've been helped, and you even helped me and giving me encouraging words as well. God bless you. And thank you for saying that.
Okay.
And I'm going to definitely check on that for you, and I appreciate you saying that. Joe Turner says, thank you, Sheriff and team. It's a community effort, and we are all playing our role. We can't solve community and social ills in a day or a year. Thanks for confronting the realities every day. Your department's presence every day throughout the county is awesome. Exit 31 deal, the deal is in the books. Shorter was still on the move. Opportunities abound. Hope is alive in Macon County. New jobs help bring hope.
Sure
working
do.
for us all.
Sure do.
And Joe, thank you.
Yeah.
And we got to give Joe a round of applause.
You know we
for
got to
that
do
one.
that. We give Joe a round of applause. Big shouts out to the whole economic development.
The whole team.
The
And
whole team,
The whole
y'all.
team. And I'm going to have to say this because we only got a few minutes, but Joe, you know what you're doing with the economic development, man. Economics is a big part of the
Big
crime
problem.
and what's going on here.
That's
We got to
right.
continue to bring these jobs, which is going to help people make honest livings.
That's right.
And making an honest living ain't never hurt nobody.
That's right.
But those are the things that help with what's going on in our society today.
Right.
We need to prosper. You know what I'm saying? When people got jobs, they pay bills, they take care of their families, and make them feel better. It
Right.
uplifts everybody.
That's right.
And bringing money into the community, we can do things to clean up the community.
Right.
We can do things to clean up these buildings, and it just makes everybody feel good. I like getting my check going and taking care of the family,
Right.
even taking care of some friends.
That's right. That's
and
right.
doing things to help people.
That's right.
And that's always a great thing.
Always.
But a lot of self-pride and self-esteem comes when you got a job.
That's right.
So y'all remember, get prepared for these jobs.
Workforce ready.
Workforce ready. Roberta Crenshaw, hey, Roberta Crenshaw, hey, how you doing? Thanks for watching, and you definitely doing your part. We appreciate everything. And Patrick Wallace said, fan belt, dang. Angie said, I definitely beat the, I can't say that, but she said, I definitely beat it out of mine. And Sheriff, you know I didn't play with Big J, and I know that.
That's right.
And I was one of the ones over there when you discipline them all the time, and I know you did a great job with your son. And I appreciate everything. You the ones I always call when Big J did something, you always came and took care of him, baby. That ain't even a question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I like your other parent, still like your other person.
Right.
Keep your head up, and we're going to do everything we can to help this community just like you doing. Johnny Ware is watching. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Roberta Crenshaw said, love Jimmy's hat.
Appreciate
Raven
that.
Pure 4 is watching. Hey, Raven, how you doing? Tell your parents I said hello, Tuskegee Club. Looking for local partnerships for the park cleanup. Tentative date is June the 13th. Details to follow soon. Facebook group is the Tuskegee Club. Hey, listen, join us, Tuskegee Club, and let us know, and we'll announce this
Okay.
on the show periodically,
Right.
so we can help with the cleanup.
Tell them they come on the show.
Hey, Jackie Dennis Baldwin family, how you doing? And Tuskegee, Macon County, everybody in the listening area, I know it's about time for us to go, but please play your part in what we're doing, and we
Right.
are part of the community, and you be part of the community. Don't just stay in your house with your curtains closed and think that you can live like that and not help each other, not reach out to each other.
Right.
Please, everybody, let's come together. You know, want to say a prayer for everybody that lost somebody. We need to do that. And okay, they just hit me with TU graduation this Saturday.
Right.
So y'all remember to come to TU graduation. But listen, let's be together. Let's stop pointing the finger. If you point the finger, go stand in front of a mirror.
Right.
Because that finger going to come back at you.
Man in the mirror.
And you ask yourself, am I doing my part?
That's right. That's right.
Am I doing my part in this community to make it a better community?
Okay.
That's what we need to ask ourselves. And that's what we need to do. Shout out to everybody in the community. Prayers to everybody that lost somebody. Prayers to everybody that's struggling with things. But we here for you, and I know I got to go. Thank you to my family, my wife, and everybody that's always with us and trying to do what they do.
Big shout out to Brenda Brown. She gave that to Courtney.
Okay. All right. Courtney, you got something from Brenda Brown?
From Brenda Brown, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brenda.
It's the Pat mother, and he gave my wife one.
Okay. All right.
Brenda
Thank
Brown.
you, Brenda. Always
Appreciate
getting
you, Brenda
something.
Brown.
Thank you, Brenda. Hey, I forgot to say Officer LaCour and Officer Larry Calhoun did a great thing. I think it was in the paper they was talking about, and I know Mr. Maxwell put it on Facebook, but they helped somebody. I can't go through that. Maybe I'll get him on the show next week.
Okay.
I also got a great word from Bernice Dawson, checking houses. I also got a great word from a lot of my deputies who went out and found this young lady.
Wow.
This young lady sent everybody gift cards. She was so happy.
What?
And I'm going to talk about that story next week.
Okay.
And to recognize those people that's done a great job. Got to go, y'all, for me. Everybody give a shout out. Oh, and Mother's Day.
That's right.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
All the mothers.
This weekend. We love y'all. Couldn't do without you. And we need your strength right now, mothers.
Right. We
need your strength.
Yep.
So please, let's band together, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, uncles, and aunts. You know, pastors, preachers, teachers, principals, superintendents, everybody. Police officers, dispatchers, jailers. Everybody's let's band together. And thank you, dispatching and everybody at Macon County Sheriff Department.
Don't use one.
Oh. In closing, 3 categories of people in this community. They're complacent,
Okay.
which the ones that they see and do nothing. We got the ones that, we got some that's tired now. They tired of what's going on.
Right.
They going to do just enough.
Yeah.
They're going to do a little something.
Right.
But now the ones that's sick and tired like me, and some other who's sick and tired.
Right. Sick and tired.
And it's almost a 4th category.
Right.
The ones who's sick and tired of being sick and tired.
That's right.
It's time, in other words, what the sheriff's been saying the whole time, what Chief Frazier been saying, it's time to rise up.
Rise up.
Tuskegee.
Let's
Time
go.
to rise up. But I want to give a shout out to my mother. She's going through it right now,
Miss
man.
Swanson.
But,
Swanson.
she's still doing it.
I wrote that on my book to give your mama a shout out.
That's right.
Oh, you sure
Let
did.
me forget it.
You
There we
did.
go right there.
You did. But mom still, she fighting, man.
Fight.
She says she gonna give out before she give up. So I'm with her 100%.
100%.
100%.
How
And I
you
give
do
a
it, bro.
shout out to my wife and the family who give me support as well, man. And I couldn't do it without the sheriff because he's there behind me 110%, man.
All right.
And I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Okay, and I go shout out to everybody who's going to Tuskegee graduation. Last year, a guy went over there and acted a fool, end up in the jailhouse. Do not go to Tuskegee graduations and act a fool because you will pay some serious dues. That's almost
rhymed.
like a biblical time during that period. And we have a website. I don't know whether the sheriff's been told you guys about it or not.
I
But
said it last week.
okay, www. Macon County, AL for Alabama, SO for Sheriff's Office, which is www.maconcountyalso.com. And I want to run back to Colorado for just a second. Shout out to those hero students who took down that shooter.
Right.
They got up out of that classroom, jumped that guy, took him down. Shout out to the correction officer who took the second shooter down, who was a female. And a shout out to law enforcement who did not stage anywhere. They made it to that school and rushed in within a couple of minutes, and that situation was brought to a halt. Shout out to my wife and my dog children. And that's it.
All right. I want to give a big shout out to my wife and kids. I love you guys. I also want to give a shout out. You guys come back on the panel again, man. You're doing a great job, man. Continue. This crew right here. I also want to give a big shout out to the crew here at this station, 100.7 WBZ. That's the communicator, Sylvester McPherson. That's the co-pilot, Andre Fields. Myself, the connector, DJ Buddha Rush. I want to give a big shout out to Kim Motor City in the building, CBTV in the building. Big shouts out to Jordan. And the instigator wasn't able to be here tonight. Big shout out to him as well. I want to give another big shout out to everybody participating in the Carver Festival this past weekend.
It's good.
This Saturday, man, it was off the chains. Everybody loved it, man. And I just want to give them a quick round of applause. Also, I want to give a big shout out to is Teachers Week this week. I want to give all the educators here in this county, all the teachers, all the principals. I had a list of people that while I was a principal, I went to all the schools in Macon County. You know what I'm saying? So I had a list of the principals, but that's another show. But big shouts out to all the teachers. Nurses Week, big shouts out to all of them. And it's Mother's Day coming up this Sunday. So big shouts out to all the mothers, their presents and past. That's been my time. About to get up out of here. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my wife. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day
Hey,
to my
Tuskegee,
sister.
make sure.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I'm up out of here.
Happy Mother's Day.
On this particular day here, it is May 9th, 2019. One day we won't see again. We'll see y'all next go round. Love y'all, Macon County. We about. Peace.
Yeah. Peace, peace.